So what naltrexone did for me in the span of less than 1 year is that it truly made me a moderate, normal drinker. Before this medication, I had no control when it came to alcohol. I could try to force control and force to moderate my drinking. I failed at it 95% of the time. And other times, even when I would try to moderate my drinking, by the time I had my second glass or second cocktail, I'd be like, forget it, I'll have another one and then another one. And really, I was not by any means one of those people who would call themselves a normal drinker, to where, you sip on a drink and then you have one or two and you're done. In fact, I would always look at those people and just think like, how do they do that? Because once I started drinking, I was off to the races. And so my struggles with alcohol went on for about a decade, and I was constantly like quitting drinking and relapsing and trying to set rules and try to figure out how to have a normal relationship with alcohol. And over time, it just seemed like it was getting worse. That is until in 2017, when I started on naltrexone following the Sinclair Method. And it honestly felt like a miracle. The changes that I saw in my drinking and myself through this treatment, like, it was life-changing in a way to where I was like, how come more people don't know about this treatment? How come I've been struggling for 10 years and nobody ever mentioned this to me? How come I had to randomly stumble on this as a treatment option, luckily, one day while kind of scouring YouTube for an answer? I became that person who would spend most of my time alcohol-free during the week, and I drink a couple nights a week and have 2 or 3 glasses and literally not want more. I would go out to a restaurant and I'd order a second drink and I would drink half of it and leave the rest of it there just because I didn't want any more. Whereas before, I'd be like finishing all my drinks and guzzling everyone else's drinks. I could go to parties and I would not be worried about, is there enough alcohol here? I would be able to enjoy my drink and pay attention to the conversation instead of thinking like, oh, they're drinking my booze, like I need to go hide it or something like that. Or I need to pregame before I go to these parties. Like, alcohol really controlled like every aspect of my life for 10 years. And with the help of naltrexone, like, it was just this honestly like life-changing experience. And when I realized that as I got my drinking under control and had more control over alcohol, it had this massive ripple effect into all other areas of my life, because I was a daily drinker. I was constantly hungover, in a brain fog, trying to quit drinking, thinking about drinking. It was just like, people say it's like a full-time job, and that's what it felt like. And so as I started on the naltrexone treatment and saw myself have control over my drinking and literally just not feel like drinking and not getting drunk anymore and not blacking out anymore, it just had this really massive ripple effect into my health, my emotional state, my mental state, my finances, my relationships. It was incredible. And I don't know, it's scary for me to think about like where I would be today without this treatment. And even though, I've been sober 5 years now, it's been like a chunk of time since I started on the medication, I never lose sight of how powerful and how transformational that treatment was for me. And I'm forever grateful, and I will always be an advocate for this treatment protocol. If you're struggling today and you want to learn more about it, check out my other videos, drop a comment below, or reach out, the link in my bio. I would be happy to share more information. Thank you for watching.